time for a double feature. We're gonna get in the water, and then we're gonna 600 strike. Why do I do this to myself? Look, the fact that initially there was only one 600 strike on this, with admittedly one with a placeholder for two because, you know, if Neil finished, which, like, of course she finished before I got anywhere near the 600 strike animatic in my playlist. But then, you know, I had to discover JoJo. We had to discover JoJo. So today is JoJo. That is right, we are doing the double feature of Get in the Water and 600 Strike from JoJo, and I have no idea how this is gonna go. Once again, this will be the case where I will constantly say, yes, JoJo, I understand. Your hands were chained behind your back by the musical. For 600 Strike, they'll get in the water. I'm curious, because we only kind of got a glimpse at Poseidon. We never really got a super good look at him. And I'm curious to see either like how far out you go or just sort of how minimal you go, because you could base it off classical sculpture and like, it's gonna just kind of look like a buff dude with a long beard and hair and a trident, and you know, like that's pretty much it, which is totally fine with me because JoJo, I love your style. But also, JoJo, this is the preemptive. Did you give me a windback jetpack? Please no, please no. Like, I understand if you did to follow the song, but please no. Let's do this. So we will, of course, listen to Get in the Water, because we're cool with that, again, until Odysseus opens his mouth, and then it's just like, God, shut up! And then we will do 600 Strike on mute, because that's my version of self-care, is 600 Strike on mute. So let's go. We already have a content warning for flashes, blood, and violence. Good. Good. Alright, gimme. Ooh. Oh, I like the transition. Painting in. Older Odysseus, yeah, with his streaks of gray, long hair, good beard. I love that his vision is kind of going... Oh, so you're another one who did the tying the windbag to his wrist. So this is the end of Charybdis. Smart to put that in here. The curved bow, the Palintonos bow. I like the bit of blue, the glimmer of the blue. What? No! Oh! Forming columns. I see those good Doric columns.
There you are, coward.
Ooh. Yeah, welcome to my house, bitch.
I've been waiting for this moment, for the perfect time.
I love that you're keeping him also very amorphous, kind of like Nine did.
So close and you've reached your coast. That's when our paths collide. I've got a reputation. I've got a name to uphold, so I can't go letting you walk, or else the world forgets I'm cold. Now get in the water.
Tall, dark, amorphous, big beard. We love it. Also, Smashable Odysseus, always good. Love that. Oh, loved that. How we're seeing so much of him as he's doing basically shadow work. It's so nice, and the curving of the wave, very much again reminiscent. I've talked about that Japanese woodblock print, very famous. I think it's just called The Wave. Trust me, if you look it up, you've seen it before, probably somewhere. So I love it. I mean, it's just got such good shape language, and because it draws the eye, you follow the shape of the wave all the way through to what's then usually a bit good shit.
Girl will die. Get in the water. Wait. Get in the water. Stop this, please. I'll make tidal waves so profound.
I love how you're playing with shadows here.
No! Get in the water!
Oh, that's my man's. Oh yeah, that's my man's. That's my man's. He look good He looks good. I mean, long hair, long beard, great trident, kind of just coming up out of the sea, twisting up, very amorphous, absolutely beautiful. Very, what some might say is a very minimal design. I mean, look, a lot of the sculpture and art of these gods is probably what we would call minimal. They imagined them looking very much like people. I mean, unless they were taking specific disguises and forms. So honestly, yeah, that's Poseidon.
Don't mistake my
Ooh, there go the columns. He's very close to shore by this point, though. Seemingly. Oh. Oh. What? That image is always so good. Look at that. Oh, I love that. I love this. And you do this a lot, JoJo, which is you'll have a scene and you'll have it sort of like moving, but you're not, you know, fully animating. It's mostly you've drawn an image and you're moving it in a kind of 3D space. It's so good. I love how huge Poseidon is. I love how huge his trident is. I'm now very scared for what you're going to do for 600 Strike because you're chained by the song. And that makes me sad because this is so good.
That is unless you choose to die in the water. You tired Poseidon, it's been 10 years.
So fucking dumb.
Move on, hiding from losses, so why not leave this here and just go home?
Yeah, I can't. I won't.
Maybe you could learn to forgive.
No. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, let me see.
Ruthlessness is mercy.
I love him making himself water and just. Ooh. Oh, look at the drip. Oh. The drip you put on Poseidon there, the chains. JoJo. Oh, I love the chaos, the water. Of course, you've been smart and shown us that he's got the wind bag attached at his wrist. Which again, this always does make me laugh because the wind bag is said to be just like huge because they have to lash it to like the mast, which makes more sense when you then realize that's why the crew thinks it's treasure if it's so big. I do love how your Odysseus just looks aged. You've done really well with Odysseus. I mean, in terms of designs, you're still my favorite Odysseus design. It's almost like an umbilical cord. I was gonna try and take that thought further, and then I was like, no, I'm not going to. Yep, hold on to it. Excellent. We're gonna move right on to 600 Strike. Not even gonna blink. Let's go. More flashes, blood, and violence. Oh, that expression. I love the glow. It's so nice. Oh, God, Poseidon, the drip is so good. Oh, that's different. Oh, I like that a lot, JoJo.
I don't think you seem to get it. I can't afford to die because I will get back to my
Honestly,
son,
JoJo,
and I will get
thank you for not doing a jetpack. This... I'm assuming you're imagining there's like spirits in there. I mean, you're doing something smarter than fucking Jorge did, so... And you and I both know this section is dumb, so... I appreciate that you're trying. I mean, and again, your man salute Odysseus, always great. Interesting. Mostly just sort of got him in place.
You idiot.
God, he's up. Oh.
Can't you see?
Smash.
You sealed your fate just to beat me. You released my storm when you opened that bag. Blocked your how you'll never get back.
He's still bigger. I like that. The Triton should be bigger, though, shouldn't it? Unless you're...
You're going to call off that storm.
Keeping Odysseus in shadow.
Or what? You can't kill me.
How big is the Trident going to be compared to him? I'm curious.
Exactly.
Nice.
Wait.
The nails, though.
Wait.
Yeah, it's pretty big, but...
How does it feel to be helpless? How does it feel to know pain? I watched my friends die at home.
The color change.
Crying as they were all
They're really bringing in red. Interesting.
I heard their final moments. Calling their captain in vain. Look what you turned me.
Looking like his weeping blood. I like that, JoJo.
Enough. All of the pain that I've been through. Haven't I suffered enough? You didn't stop when I begged you. Told me to close my heart.
JoJo!
You said the world was dark. Didn't you say that ruthlessness is mercy?
Oh, that's a good shadow
All
work.
right. Please. After everything you've done,
Is he taking his cloak?
how will you sleep at
JoJo!
night? Next to my wife.
Damn, that's a good transition, though. And him smiling. Damn, that's good transitions, though. God. Oh, I hate how good the transitions are because you know how much I hate this. I actually did listen to that whole song. I didn't mean to. I said I wouldn't. JoJo, I was just too into it. I was too into it. And yes, I also shaded Jorge with the lyrics. Sorry, not sorry. We know I hate this song. So, yeah, no, some really unique stuff in there. Both you and Nine for your Get in the Waters have Poseidon be like super amorphous. He's, you know, we kind of have to earn seeing him, which I like, so that you can really make it dramatic. And your Poseidon, especially when he shifted and then he had, you know, like the chains and the cloak and the headband, and it was just like smash. Absolute smash. Your Odysseus is also a smash. I mean, he always has been. He's absolutely smashable, Odysseus. I mean, this man. Look at this man. Look at your man. Now look at him. Now look at me. Now look at your man. I didn't know where to go after that. But my smashable man salute Odysseus. Although it was him taking the cloak. He stole the god's cloak. But then you had the transition where, you know, you whip the cloak so it covers the whole frame. You can then transition and there he is with the hood on. And it's just like tasty. Tasty transitions. And it was like, again, I didn't mean to actually even listen to 600 Strike at all, but I was just like so into it, I totally forgot. And so then, yeah, again, like I said, I got to shade Jorge with the lyrics because I can. And there were so many things you did where, I mean, I recognize with 600 Strike, your hands are so chained behind your back. They're chained. There's so not anything you can really do. I appreciate that we didn't do a jetpack. I like the whole parting of the Red Sea kind of moment, and then he turns it almost into a canyon. And for some of that, where I see the figures in the water, the ropes, I'm like, I'm not entirely sure what your inspiration was for some of that, because obviously none of that's in feckin' Greek mythology. None of it is in the mythology. Like, I want to say it looked like you were trying to pull inspiration maybe from a bit of like Prometheus, and, you know, there's the idea of the eagle that comes and eats its liver, like imagery wise, which, you know, to a degree I can appreciate it. Anybody who says, oh, well, why don't you do that? I would, you know, like, why can't that then make the whole 600 Strike thing work? I will tell you it is, because it is Zeus who gives that punishment to Prometheus. And let's also remember that in the Odyssey, like, anybody who might think gods might step in on one another. One, most of the younger gods are not going to step in if a Cronaides, a child of Cronus, is doing something, because that's super dangerous. That's the generation above, and they are more powerful. Also, Zeus is really the only one who can kind of rightfully punish other gods and kind of, you know, all of that. And he doesn't... he has to have his reasons for doing it. I mean, some of them are very petty, don't get me wrong. But in the case of Poseidon, he's actually fully on board with Poseidon's ire towards Odysseus. In fact, and when it gets redirected to the Phaeacians, which, you know, is already prophesied to go splat due to mountain and all of that shit. That's all in the Odyssey. Zeus, in fact, encourages Poseidon, gives him ideas on how to punish them even further. He's all like, I'm all on board. Your pride was wounded. That's fucking important. Can't have that be wounded.
Anyway.
But the imagery was cool, and I appreciate that you really did go for something different. Like, I never would have thought of that, but it's a cool idea. I like it. Again, I don't have the jetpack. You and I both know Odysseus would never be able to touch that goddamn trident. So, but again, hands chained behind your back, like you have literally no choice. So I appreciate what you were trying to do. My one thing would be I almost wish the trident was still like so much bigger than Odysseus. Like it was just like a two-handed huge thing. Because Poseidon is like still kind of bigger than him perspective-wise. And I do love how you were playing with Poseidon's like largeness through there. Just again, really, because I mean, JoJo, I just really like your style. I love the way that you draw these characters. I love all of the influence that I can see from classical art, myth, and design. I'm still sad that I've gone fast enough that your version of the challenge is not going to be out yet because I want to see it. But I will say, your 600, I mean, again, I will stand by that your idea for how 600 Strike goes in terms of the imagery and all of that is smarter than the actual text you're basing it off of. I mean, I know that's a low bar, but that was a really cool and clever idea. I liked how that went. And the way that you played with shadow a lot. And when I say shadow, listeners know it's essentially like you completely color block out the figure so they just look like a shadow. Like I can't tell their features, whatever. Maybe you'll have the eyes still be white or red in one case. But it's very simple imagery, but it can be really evocative when used well. I thought it was used well, so well here. And I love the bit where you were flashing between the blue and the red and like what colors the ichor or the blood, and the bit where it looked like Odysseus was like crying blood and all that. It was like, ooh, that's really great imagery. It's great imagery even while the song is stupid. Like, it doesn't deserve imagery this good. And I'm just, well played, JoJo. Well played, well played, well played. And I'm just very pleased you once again gave me another man's. I'm just gonna look at it and go, smash. Amphitrite, I get you, girl. I mean, and again, some people might say your version of Poseidon is very simple. He is. But again, I would say point to classical sculpture. They are usually full of rippling pectorals. They're very, especially the Cronaides. They are muscled. They've got beards. They've got long hair. And maybe something draped across them. Like, they are very simple designs and evocative because the Greeks were like, I don't need to deck him out in tons of stuff. Like, I understand this is powerful. It's how you get the idea of the Pan-Hellenic Games, which ultimately are the precursor to the Olympic Games. The games in Olympia were a part of these Pan-Hellenic Games. The athletes were naked. The nude form, if you will. If you could do that, just you don't need all the extra billions of accoutrements. It's just like, damn. Damn. And the gods are representatives of that, which is why, especially the Cronaides, the three bros of the Cronaides especially, so Hades, Poseidon, and Zeus are all kind of depicted that way. And so I appreciate that. And and going back to Get in the Water, the bit where how he initially comes in, it's the water comes up, forms these columns, and it's like, oh, you're in his house now. That's his house now. Now, don't get me wrong, gods, including Poseidon, would have temples and such all over the place. In fact, I believe a temple to Poseidon might actually even be mentioned in the Odyssey, though I think it's mentioned by either Nestor or Menelaus talking about their way home. At least I think it's a temple to Poseidon. I could be wrong. It might be a different god, but I'm pretty sure it's Poseidon. So they have temples all over the place, and those would also kind of be like homes of the gods. But he is the god of the sea. You're in his house now, big boy. Oh, there's no reason for Odysseus to survive that. That is, yeah. I only have one more, guys. I only have to suffer one more 600 strike. And you have all probably guessed. It's Neil. It's Neil. We're going to be doing Neil next. And I have been told I'm not allowed to mute her 600 strike for reasons, which tells me there's probably some added sound effects or something in there, because Neil, you have done added sound effects and everything else into all of your animatics, I believe, and I have frankly enjoyed the additional sound design. So okay, And honestly, it'll probably be a case like this one, where with JoJo, where I meant to mute 600 Strike, I just kind of forgot. I was having too much fun enjoying the mans on displays. Even while the story is stupid. That's fine. That's fine. At least I got some eye candy out of it. That's great. Next we have Neil, and then we will finally be on to Ithaca, and I will get to see Penelope designs. We all know I'm here for the Penelope designs. All right, Neil. You're next. Will I live is the real question.